So the Grammys was this week, cuzzo.
Yeah, I
Did
didn't
you
watch
watch them?
it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't
Nope.
either. I thought maybe I was gonna ask you how were they.
I stopped watching stuff like that a long time ago.
Got it,
Yeah.
got it. And I hear a lot about how they're saying like Grammys are rigged and all kind of other things, and you know, I don't I don't
That
I don't pay any attention to it, so I
right.
wouldn't know.
Right.
I wouldn't know. However, I
Mhm.
have been hearing about one of the artists who received his first award is receiving backlash. Let's kind of see what he had to say. Shabuzi.
Shambles.
I was thinking about something else.
Yeah.
Hey, my mind just yeah,
Mm.
bad Marco, bad. Anyway, Shabuzi, and I kind of like fast forwarded a little bit, but let me go back a little bit. So there we go. So he's facing backlash for his acceptance speech and his statement, immigrants built this country. And he said literally, actually, or actually literally, which
Mhm.
in my, from my years in speaking English, it kind of adds extra validity to the statement that you're making, you know?
Right. Right.
So Kozo, I'll let you start first. What do you think of Shabuzi and immigrants built this country?
Um, I would just like to, I mean, I heard what he said actually and literally. So actually and literally what? They built this country? Is that what you're saying? And immigrants meaning what? What are immigrants to you? What do you think? Are you talking about the people that are here getting kicked out today? They built the country?
So just with that insight, his mother is from Nigeria, and so his statement, you
So
know,
what?
yeah.
What that mean? They came after the country was built. I went to people who came here from Nigeria, and I went to school with people that was from Nigeria, so that means absolutely nothing. Immigrants built this country is a vague statement. What immigrants? Who are you talking about? Not Nigerians, not anybody from your mom's family. That's not it. They immigrated to this country, but they didn't build it. So what are you talking about? What is your statement meaning? You're seeing stuff happening with, people of Hispanic heritage and you feel some type of way about it. But that doesn't mean that your people built this country or the Hispanic community hasn't built this country. So what is your statement meaning to say? Because the people who built this country has been persecuted, shot down, talked about, spit on, gone through Jim Crow and all that stuff, and still go through stuff till this day. The people that built this country are the people that your mom was told about and you was told about when you come here. Don't talk to them. Stay away from them, which they call the FBAs or whatever, which I don't agree with that either.
What does that stand? What does
It's
that mean?
the foundational Black Americans,
Oh, okay,
the
okay,
people
okay,
that were,
okay.
yeah, the foundation of America,
Why we
which is
call it the
pretty much
foundation?
because the foundation is what built America,
Oh
which is
man,
us.
yes, sir. I was just
That's
asking,
who
man. I
built
thought,
America.
yeah,
It was built off the backs of us. So it's like
literally, actually.
immigrants did not build this country. That's a false statement. Yes, you came here and there was some labor, yeah, taken from you. Yeah, you came in because you wanted a better life, but the system was already built. You probably came and was involved in some stuff, but the system was already built by the time your mom came here or your mom's people came here, if they came here. So that's an incorrect statement. So yeah, you're gonna receive some backlash because that is insensitive to the people who actually built this country. And if you were to tell the truth, then you would know who built the country. So he's receiving backlash, because it was a false statement. and they tell a lot of half truths and false statements to make a point, to sit up there and act like I am holier than thou, or I'm making a stand, for injustices, when you're not telling the whole entire story, which no one ever has and no one ever does. Because if they tell the whole entire story, then people would know the truth. If people knew the truth, then they could not spew the lies that they spew today and feel comfortable and high and mighty about it. The reason why you're able to come here as a Nigerian American, if that's what you want to call yourself, and sing country music is because of foundational Black Americans. So if you were to give that shout out, then yeah, you would have got much more kudos. You probably would have got backlash from your team, but that's the truth. Little Richard, he created rock and roll, country music. He gonna tell you that. They stole it from him. He used to tell people all the time. So if you give credence, if you give kudos to the right people, then people cannot lie about history. That's why it's important to tell history like it's supposed to be told. It's important to tell history the right way, not tell history based on how you want it to be told and remembered. And that's what's been happening for a long time. That's why we got Black history now, because it's our history, but it's told, living in someone else's system, trying to come up and be equals in someone else's system when we already had our thing going, but we wanted to be a part of someone else's system.
Right.
Yes, you have all these great inventors and all this information, all these things that we done to help better their lives. And what did they do? Take it for themselves and give you the credit last, patent all your stuff so they can get paid off of it for a lifetime. So that's why he can come here and say immigrants built this country, because he don't have all the right information. He may not. We can't fault him for that. We can only fault him for what he knows. So now let's go ahead and give him the real information, so
Well,
you can go ahead
I
and
think we can fault
correct your
him though.
statements.
Yeah, we can fault you
We
because you're
can't fault.
speaking what you don't know. If you don't know
We
it, you
can't
shouldn't be
fault.
saying it.
Well, he think he knows. That's what I'm saying. We
Oh,
can
okay,
only
okay, okay.
you can only go off with your current interpretation or your current knowledge of the situation that's going on. So if you think you know what's going on and you want to make a statement about it, you're going to make a statement about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
I mean, simple as that. So I give people the benefit of the doubt, because again, you guys are not from here. You from another country in Africa. So you don't have all the information. You were not brought up to understand what the history is. Now, I don't know if he knows it or not, but whatever statement you just made was a total false statement. Now people are gonna come on here and say, "Well, yeah, immigrants did build this because my parents came from here, came from there, and they worked on the railroads, and the Asian worked on the railroads, and the Polacks and the Italians and the Irish, we had to do this and do that." Yeah, but the system and the foundation was already built when you got here. That's like saying, "Hey, I helped build this house." Well, yeah, the foundation was already poured, the framing was done. All you did was put up the drywall, paint some walls, maybe put the roof on, help put the roof on. But yeah, everything was already done before you got here.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I'll try to say what I need to say, clearly and with understanding.
Say
Uh,
it actually and figuratively, like he said it.
we're not yeah, actually and literally, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Literally, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So he said initially, I've never wrote a speech before. So I thought I should write a speech.
Right. Where did you get that bright idea?
And so, with that being said, in my opinion, what he said had to be thought out. That's just me. If I'm writing down a speech, I would at least sit down, take some time, get my thoughts out, and maybe read it once or twice over. Maybe he didn't do that. I don't know. But put that thought to paper. And if you did read what you said even one time, in your mind, that made sense. I don't see how, brother. And I'll say this other thing. I got two things. Hopefully, I don't forget one. Two things. One, I know how it feels to be the foundation of something, something created, and you don't necessarily get credit for. You don't even get spoken about. That's happened to me in the field I'm in now. It's happened to me. There was a project, and I won't say what the project is, but there was a project, and I played a key role in that project. However, the people above me took credit. They were on a magazine and they talked about what part they played in it. And I didn't have a my name wasn't on there at all. My team wasn't none of that. So I know how that feels. The reason why I bring that up is because that's how the people that actually built this country felt from your statement. The people that they we may look like each other, color wise, but y'all never wanted to be who we are. Y'all never wanted to attach yourself to who we are. Y'all never wanted to say, I'm black. Y'all never wanted to associate yourself with us. And you get up there, shout out to you, brother. I haven't heard your music, honestly. So I don't know what the music is like, but obviously it has to be, decent, or better, of course, if you get an award from it or for it. But for you to get up there and say that, it hit a lot of nerves. Like Cuzzo said it clear, like, hey, it's a lie. Like, y'all did not create none of this. Like the house was built down the drywall. The only thing that had to be put on was the doors. The windows was in, the foundation was built, the floors were done, the inside was all beautiful. And maybe that's the problem. Well, I don't want who that seemed racist. Maybe I was gonna say maybe we should have put on the doors and locked them. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that's just my opinion, but in my commentary, I guess that's my opinion too. Anyway, for you to say that, the people that actually have family members who, like Hello said, died, who were harmed, who was whooped, who was forced, who was taken advantage of, who was all these things that were done to. And guess what? We didn't volunteer a lot. Our families, well, there was some so you had the indigenous people, but then you had some that were brought over here through the Atlantic slave trade. They weren't brought here willingly and freely, and who were forced to do some of this stuff. Some of the people that were here already were forced to do this stuff. It wasn't willingly sometimes, a lot of the time, most of the time. And I know a lot of y'all at the Grammys took an opportunity to give your opinion on things that y'all are probably so far out of touch of. because of where you are, you don't really live a regular life. You don't have to deal with some of the regular things that we deal with. But anyway, let me not go too far off. That's that was a slap in the face, and hopefully somebody that is close to him that could have a conversation with him and explain why he did what he did. Hopefully he's receiving. Yeah, that was bad, Shabuzi. That was bad, bro. But guess what? I ain't gonna fault you. We all make mistakes. But guess what? We're gonna have to talk about the mistakes. So they gonna get talked about. Guess what? Hey,
Huh.
if you trip and fall outside, guess what? It's not gonna stop people from laughing and talking about you.
Mhm.
So hopefully you learn from it and you actually not just learn, but you fully understand why people are upset about this, and you can acknowledge that. And this is one last thing I want to say, and this is a rant too. This last thing, I'm not gonna put on the button. I'm not gonna turn on the button, man.
Huh.
But it amazes me how people from other countries come to this country because of what this country is, but they try to change this country to be the country that they left that they didn't want to be with because they wanted to come to a country like our country. Literally, actually, it amazes me. And I lie. I'm gonna say this last thing. You guys don't want to associate yourself with people that look exactly like you, literally and actually. But you know what? You know who associates you and us because we look alike? Other people associate you, even though you speak. I don't know what language it is y'all speak.
Huh.
They still associate us with each other,
Mhm.
literally, actually.
Right.
And so for you to discredit the people that actually built this country, it was bad in my opinion, literally and actually. But that's all I have to say about that. Shout out to Shabuzi. Congratulations on your Grammy. Some people call it a scammy. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't get hopefully I don't have no problem. That's what people I heard people say. That's I didn't come up
Yeah.
with that.
I mean, he's in the music industry, so, just like any other entertainment industry, things can be done for whatever purposes they choose. So, I can't really say it's a solid congratulations because we don't know if he really deserved it, you know? I think I heard one of his country music songs and it's catchy, but is it worth a Grammy? To them it is. So,
Right.
and like he said, he just literally actually walked in 10 minutes ago. So he
Right.
didn't even think he was gonna win. So that's wild work right there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I
Yeah.
might have to listen to his music, man, and see what it sound like. You know?
Garbage.
Is it garbage?
No, I don't know. I think I heard one of his songs and it's catchy, but I'm not a country music fan. So, I don't care if you black, white, whoever. I'm not really a country music fan because it all comes from us anyway. So,
Right.
and then Beyonce tried to go country music.
She went on war for that too.
Did she?
Hell yeah.
They was trying to talk about her like a dog because they didn't want her over there. Like, this our music. Can't come over here, seats taken. Can't sit here.
Huh. Let me
Right.
see. Let me see something real quick. Hopefully I don't get man. I got a copyright thing that came up last time, so I got to make sure that. Hopefully I don't get one for this. Let me see. Share this.
Oh.
Yeah, if when I played Corrupt, they gave me a copyright. I had to delete it off the stream, man. I was like, oh
Oh, they
yeah.
gave you a strike?
No, not a strike, but it was a
Dang.
yeah, it wasn't a strike. It was just a copyright thing. I had to check it out. Let's see. Here it goes. Oh, that is the same one. Okay.
My big ball of Birkin ain't been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries, list goes on and on. She's 9 to 5 for your work. How the hell do I work so hard?